What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be showing you the Anytime camera kit on a 5th gen 4Runner. So currently I am sitting inside the 4Runner now, and we have already installed this on this vehicle. So right down here next to the climate knob here, we have installed the Anytime camera button. This is a toggle button, so you can toggle between front and rear, and this is a factory spot that has a blank switch there normally. So every 4Runner will have this location. If you guys don't have this location, you guys can install it on the left side of the steering wheel as well. But now that we have that installed and we showed you guys where the button is, we'll show you guys how it works. So obviously, let's show you guys the reverse first. So reverse turns on the reverse camera, and then if we flip on the front camera, it'll override the reverse camera and show you the front. So there's that. Flip it back to neutral position, which is basically in the middle. And if you have it in reverse, the light for the rear camera will turn on because we're in reverse. Put that back into park. Then obviously you can turn this on to the front and to the rear anytime you want. So that's a cool thing with this camera kit. So this video is going to be talking about how this can be useful when driving around the city. So I'll put this into drive, and we still have it on the rear. So obviously rear camera is always there, but if you guys are towing, for example, that is a really good way or use of the rear camera function. So that way when you guys are driving and you have something towing, or you're towing something in the back, then you can check on it, just make sure everything is still good. I've had one instance where I didn't put the ball on all the way, and that was completely my fault, and it slipped off, and the thing that saved it were the actual safety chains that you put onto the sides. So luckily I was able to see that and pull over right away and get that fixed. But that's one way. But another way is to have it on the front, so that way when you guys are driving, so I'm going to pull into this parking spot right over here. And this could be useful in many situations. For example, going into a parking spot, whether you're in a garage at home or a parking garage anywhere, and you can kind of see how close you are to, for in this case, the wall or another vehicle or something like that. And these lines that you're seeing, the red, yellow, and blue, there is a wire underneath the hood where the camera is that you can snip if you didn't want these lines. But in my opinion, they're pretty useful. That way I can kind of gauge how far I am from the actual object in front of me. So there is that there. Another really useful mod in conjunction with the Anytime camera is going to be the side mirrors, and obviously not your standard side mirrors. These are going to be a little bit different. So let me show you guys what they look like. So here are the side mirrors that are on our 4Runner. These are the spotter mirrors, and the reason why they're called spotter mirrors, so that way it can spot you essentially for the rear tires. So this is kind of the view from the driver view, or the driver's seat, of that corner window there. So obviously you have the standard normal window over here, but that bottom window kind of guides you. So here's the driver's side. Over here is the passenger. So when you guys are pulling into a let's say a parallel parking spot, for example, here is where we're currently at. So we're next to this little sidewalk here. So we're gonna pull in there, and that bottom mirror really helps with seeing where my back tire is. Sorry, I can't zoom in anymore, but essentially you put in reverse and you can kind of gauge where you're going. So I'm like 2 inches from the curb there. So it really helps with that purpose. So something like that will really get you into, get your vehicle parked properly, and the front camera kind of shows you here how close you are. The side-to-side profile isn't amazing. It's really meant to kind of gauge or help you gauge the distance in front of you, not so much the side. We'll make a whole separate video on this camera or this kit. That way you can use it off-road. So obviously this video was meant to show you guys things on road around the city, which most of us do on a daily basis. So that's kind of why I wanted to make this video first, because most of us drive in the city pretty much every day, and then go wheel or whatever every once in a while on the weekend, or camp and stuff like that. So using the anytime camera on your daily drive is more important to me. So that way, whether you're towing, parallel parking, parking in a garage, parking space at your work, or in your garage at home, for example, using that when you get to a parking garage is pretty amazing. And then on top of that, using the spotter mirrors to kind of help you not only gauge where your tire's at when you're parallel parking. I use it a lot when I'm actually trying to stay in the lane, so that way I can see where my rear tires are at, so that way I make sure that I'm not kind of getting out of my lane, especially on like those long drives in the middle of the night where I'm tired and it's getting hard to see at night. So that really helps with staying in the lane. So here's another great example of the spotter mirrors. That corner mirror really helps when you're trying to get into a parking space as well. And this one is a good example because this is a corner parking space, and I try to be as tight to the line as possible, so that way I have more space to kind of get out of the vehicle, and that way the vehicle next to me on my passenger side doesn't hit my door. So I park here. This is kind of a handicap spot that nobody ever parks out at our shop, so I just get as tight as possible right here, and I'm good to go. All right, guys, so that is gonna be it for this video. If you guys have any questions at all, feel free to give us a call at the shop here. We're in Denver, Colorado. Feel free to stop by. We have a retail shop. You guys can come in, take a look. If you guys wanted to see this camera kit in person before you guys purchase it, feel free to come on in. We'll show you guys on one of our personal vehicles. And if you guys are not subscribed to the channel already, please do so and let us know what you guys want to see. And that's it. We want to see you guys in a later video. Peace.